Hey, are you looking to upgrade your key life areas and evolve to a higher level of existence? To practically harness personal growth and spirituality in a crazy, busy, imperfect world? Then you've come to the right place. My name is Prash, and this is Urban Spirituality, the show which uniquely fuses ancient wisdom with contemporary self-growth and spiritual disciplines to deliver value-added tools, traits, and insights to help you unleash your fullest potential. We always keep it real, featuring authentic, unfiltered dialogue with guests from diverse backgrounds to inspire, entertain, and enlighten all who listen. So get ready for your dose of urban spirituality. Be present and let's dive in. And I want to share with you a little wisdom that I feel will help you on your journey, wherever you are, on whichever stage of your life you're in, whether you're retired, whether you're a busy working professional, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a mom who's juggling family and your career, or whether you're just a stay-at-home person, whatever you are, or an entrepreneur, I hope that this wisdom is going to help you. Let me share a little analogy. I have a friend, let's call him Bob, and many years ago he had the distinct opportunity to have a beautiful bird. He acquired an African grey parrot, really nice parrot, got a cage with it. When he got the bird, he decided to get the best possible cage to go with the bird, which he did. And as he got this cage, and he specified the cage, he made it really amazing, he started spending time, obviously, playing with his bird, looking after the bird, but then gradually he started really getting fascinated by the look of the cage, and he started spending time making this cage look really pretty. And more as time went on, he was spending time really beautifying this cage. He started polishing it, he started embellishing it, he started customizing it, pimping the cage. And as he got carried away in making this cage look amazing, because people were praising him, saying, where did you get this cage? It's got diamonds, it's got this gold bezeling. People were fascinated by the cage. The more he started getting carried away, spending time looking after his cage, the more the bird inside the cage started to become malnourished and weak. And he continued to do this against the better advice of his family and loved ones, until eventually one day his parrot was so weak that it just died. And yet he had this amazing looking cage, which was the most spectacular cage in all of southern England, and yet he had a dead bird inside. My friends, that bird is our soul. It is our spirit. It is what makes us who we truly are. It's not the outside. That cage, that is our body. That is our belongings. That is our material possessions. The cage, my friends, is where so many of us are living our lives. We are tragically spending 80% of our waking time and resources looking after and polishing the cage, our cages. Our cages meaning our body, our belongings, our possessions, our prestige, our position in society, our position in our company, how far we go up the career ladder, all these aspects of our cage, whilst the bird inside, our spirit, our true essence, our consciousness is dying. And that, my friends, is the pandemic that has gripped this planet. And crazily, people haven't recognized that this situation exists. We are in a pandemic of a vitamin S deficiency, of spirituality. And I'm not talking about spirituality as associated with a particular religion or faith. And if you have a particular religion or faith, that's great. If it helps to empower you and raise your spirituality, that's great. But I'm talking about universal metaphysical principles that govern creation, that govern the way we operate with our world, that help us to optimize the way we live in harmony with society. So I don't need to go woo-woo here. I just need to make this point, and I'm passionate about it. What can we do to feed the bird inside us, our spirit, our pure spiritual essence, so that we can nourish and grow? Because I'll tell you something, the world is full of people And maybe people that you personally know who have accomplished a ton of things in their material life, right? Career, finances, big house, great successes, publicity, all kinds. And yet they feel unfulfilled. They feel dissatisfied. There's a sharp thing inside them that nags them, and they can't sleep at night because they just don't feel fulfilled. You know something, folks? Here's a crazy statistic. A study was done in Sweden where they interviewed over 40,000 people on their deathbed. And you know what? On their accomplishments, on what they considered their biggest accomplishments in life were. And you know what the biggest finding was? The amount of people who had regrets about the things they didn't do in their life. And some of these were very successful people, materially, financially, familiarly, physical objects and possessions wise. And yet they felt a deep regret that they didn't spend enough time with their family. They didn't connect with their true spirit. They didn't really fulfill their true calling. They didn't contribute to the world. And so I say to you, my friends, we are in a vitamin S deficiency. What can we do about it? And how can we make that change? Because I'm sure you felt it. Have you ever felt this time where you feel like you're lacking in something in your life, where you're climbing a career ladder, but you're feeling like you're unfulfilled? Why are you doing it all? Or maybe like me, you're in your 40s and you're like beginning to ask, what is it all about? How far do I want to go down the rabbit hole? How far do I want to go up this career ladder, or go down this path of entrepreneurship, or go down this direction? How many partners do I need to please? How many objects do I need to acquire before I'm happy? See, my friends, here in the West, we've been programmed to seek and acquire and then enjoy, and that we'll get happy once we get the object of our desires, once we achieve our goals. And yet in the East, which is the background I come from, in the East, we are taught traditionally that first be happy with what you have. Be happy. Experience satisfaction and gratitude in the now. And those things that you want materially will just naturally come to you, because you'll be vibrating at a frequency that allows those things to come into your life. Isn't it ironic that we're spending our time chasing those things out there when the very things we want and need are right here in front of us? And sometimes we miss them. We lack that gratitude and that sensory acuity to know that the things that make us truly happy, the things that we truly should be regarding and defining our success on, are right here, closer to home, right under our nose. But we forget them because we've been programmed by society, by modern society, to chase and grab and do. So I want to invite you to take a pause with me. Pause and ask yourself, what is your definition of success? And how much, if that definition of success involves contributing, making a difference, satisfying your true inner peaceful needs, and nothing to do with how much you have, how big your house is, how high up the career ladder you are, how muscly and low body fat your body is. If you do that audit honestly, if you truly ask yourself, I think you'll find that it's more about those important things. Let me ask you this. If this was your last day on earth, if this was your last time on this planet and you had to go right there, what would you spend your last hours doing? Binging out on your favorite TV programs and chilling out and having a bunch of great food? Or would you spend time with your family or your friends, or the ones who are closest to you, the ones you hold most dear? I think you know which answer it would be. Probably not the binging on the TV or reading, right? And so, my friends, sometimes it's worth taking a step back and asking yourself, what is the true value that your life has? What is that true value? What is it that makes your life tick? What is it that actually truly brings you joy? When you wake up in the morning and you think about going to work or doing your career or having to deal with your responsibility stack, ask yourself, what's the reason behind why you're doing what you're doing? And here's the thing. If you can't honestly answer that and say it's to nourish my soul or it's to contribute to somebody else's life, if you can't honestly say that, maybe it's time to question and consider stopping doing that thing or changing up your ways. Maybe it's time to switch up. And that, my friends, is what we're going to explore when we do our retreat. when we get this chance over the next coming weeks, we're going to be exploring these aspects. But I want to just give you some real quick tips right now that you can start doing. Number one, do a mental audit. Do a heart audit. Sit down with yourself in silence, no distractions, no phones, no TV, and just sit with yourself. Just be with yourself. Allow any thoughts that rise to come up. And then start asking yourself this question repeatedly. What brings value to my life? And what is my value in this life? Ask that question, pause, see what answer comes, and then ask that question again. Keep asking this question. Keep asking it. And the more you slowly ask it and be present with no distractions, not looking anywhere else, just being inside yourself, you'll be amazed at the sorts of answers that come up. Start spending time with yourself and just in that silence ask that question. The second tip I want to give you, is whilst you're doing this self-reflection in your quiet time, is to practice mindfulness. Now, there are many forms of mindfulness, and obviously this is great timing that we're having this discussion. Tomorrow is World Mental Health Day, Thursday, and a lot of organizations and individuals are picking up this mindfulness practice. How can you practice mindfulness? Let me give you a simple practice how to do that. Start to use your breath to become mindful. Sit with it. When you're in that self-reflection, start to breathe deeply and feel the breath coming in through your nostrils. Feel the warmth as it rises through your nostrils, pausing at the top and then breathing out through your lips. Just purse lips like this. Sounds silly? Sounds too simple? Guess what? It's one of the most profound ways to tap into your subconscious, to quieten the conscious mind so you can start to tap into your subconscious, where all the beliefs and the accrued impressions and our value system truly reside. Our self-concept, everything that we regard to be us, who we regard ourselves to be, and our relation to the world is all stored in that subconscious. If we want to make a change in our life, if we want to make a true lasting change, we need to tap into the subconscious. We need to go beyond the critical mind. We need to dive in and get into there and do the work. And this, my friends, is a simple way to do it. Practice mindfulness using that breathing technique. And as you breathe in and out, ask yourself, what value do I bring to this life? What is my contribution to my surroundings and the people I care about? And as you recursively ask that question whilst breathing, these two practices combined will start to help you to get deeper and deeper insights. And the deeper your insights become, the more easily you can weed out old habitual thinking patterns that are holding us back from being our true selves. And that, my friends, is how we start to reclaim our personal power. And instead of polishing that cage, right, our material existence and our belongings and our body and everything else to do with it, we start to feed the bird inside, our soul, our spirit. Hey folks, thanks so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and as with all our episodes, found something to inform, inspire, and empower you in your personal and spiritual journeys in life. As always, feel free to leave a little love through your ratings and comments, subscribe, and share it with those you care about. And take your personal and spiritual evolution to the next level by joining us on one of our unique events, workshops, or retreats, or taking advantage of our personal and professional coaching packages. Find out more about us at mantratherapy.co.uk. I'm your host, Prash K. This is Urban Spirituality, and we will catch you on the next episode.